It's so many birds that be at I be thinking I can start the video and then the birds just go to church. Good morning to you. Yeah, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I don't know why I woke up with the mind frame that I had, but when I be watching YouTubers nowadays, it be a lot of people like doing videos saying how people ask why they don't go to church anymore. And I know now I'm doing YouTube and stuff, and I don't know if that question will ever come about, but all I just be sitting there doing is just listening. And it's not that I fully agree, but I understand, because that is me. I was born and raised in the church, and I just see nowadays a lot of stuff that sound like an eagle. I've never heard that bird. Now, I don't even know why he's over here in our community. But, sick of these birds. Just be throwing me off track. I'm already off track. And then they help increase the off trackness. It's just driving me off track. But yeah, anywho, get into this stomach roll, get into these arm rolls. Back to the subject. I got up this morning and I don't know. I said I wanna talk about why I don't go to church no more. I was talking about it for an hour to myself, which I talked about it for years, but it's not what you think, but like you have to be in somebody else's shoes. You can sit here and say you just need to go get you another church home. Do you know how I feel to be bounced from left to right to different church homes, bro? Do you know how I feel to have to transfer your kids to different church homes? It's just like a different school, like, and then that's not, no, I pray too much to be led in the wrong direction. And my direction is praying and thanking God every day for the day that he gives me. And beyond, like, because of who he is. And I could do that from my house. I don't have to go somewhere where it's supposed to be one way, and then you sit there and you keep your mouth closed so long, bro. Just to try to make sure you doing right by God. Like, example, if it says if what God has for you is for you. I believe in signs and wonders. I believe in God leading me because, hey, I'm still here, and not just because I'm still here, because anyone that has left, I'm pretty sure they worship the same God maybe, but I just believe in my Creator. I don't necessarily have to believe in what you teach me. And like I said, example, I come to you because you found me. It wasn't that God laid it on my heart. I have been walking by this church for years. I've been living over here forever. And y'all just not happen to see me, because y'all done start grilling and barbecuing and got a tent out here and stuff every time I come down the street the last couple weeks. And then a man approached me, so I'm like, I don't know if I told the story in one of my videos, but that's how they approached me. Like, man came first, another man. Talking about he healed my AIDS, then a woman. It's like the first man was talking to me for a whole 35 minutes, and that's too long when you trying to work out. And I got to move my legs, so I'm still out there moving my legs. So I'm taking it as the other one, like, hey, she finna go, let me come out there. And then I'm still like, I'm slowing down my legs, but I'm like, God, you telling me God sent you to me. And I'm like, hey, you know, God, personally, I'm that deep in God. Like, when people be saying God, say I'm that crazy. God said. And I just be wanting to talk to him, be with him so bad, understand, and get a message to him real quick. And that messed me up in the long run because, well, not in the long run because I'm doing fine, but it messed my mind up in the long run with an ex when he That's another story. If you don't believe, they say, if you believe in God, then enemies can't rule your mind. They can't, or somebody can't do voodoo or witchcraft on you. That's not true. I've been praying and believing God. Like I said, born and raised in the church. And when I had my first baby, I thought, oh, well, I know y'all probably thinking I got 5 kids after that. So if you believe in God after the first baby, then 6. Why you had more? Girl, I don't know. But if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have had them. And that's all I'm saying. 1 minute is God, and then because I had them when I wasn't married, it's not God. It's so confusing. But what was I talking about? Because I be, like I said, I try to make points out of points and references out of references, so I forget where I'm going and stuff sometimes. But I always get back on track. But yeah, like I said, I felt like I tried to get in God as much as I could when I had my first one, because I found out that if you have a baby out of wedlock, long as your baby is doing what they're supposed to do, you teaching your baby right from wrong, I'm going to have to die and go to hell for my sins. So no matter if I brought a baby in here out of wedlock or not, if they said, yo, baby, God don't judge your baby till they a certain age. So I'm like, all I got to do is just make sure my baby is safe, you know, and I take on the responsibility. And that's not why I had kids, no. But I'm just saying, when I did have a kid, after that, I was scared. I was scared that time too. I really, y'all, there's no reason why I had kids the way I did, except for the reason I have. But to others, it's called an excuse, and that's fine and little. I know what happened to me in my past, but I really don't want to feel like that made me so, I'm going to give all the words that's coming to my head, addicted, so strong-minded, so, I'm going to say it, forgiving, so neglectful of myself. Like, and what I mean forgiving is forgiving a man, just believing what they say, just feeling like I need protection, feeling like I need to be married, because if we having sex, eventually a kid gonna come, especially if you're not strapped up and stuff. And so, you know, it's like, I just don't want to believe my childhood had nothing to do with it. I depended on my preacher at a young age to be there for me then when my family found out about it. I expected my mom to be on my side, and she was not, and I'm not blaming nobody for not being on my side. God take you through everything for a reason, bro. And I was actually over the age of when my mama would die for my sins, so I really thought I got to protect myself from these men, for God see this. Because to me, it's like, I know God can see stuff, but it's so many people in the world, and sometimes I be thinking he not paying attention to me right now. When I was a kid, when I was younger, like, I'm like, no way. I didn't know the map, but I knew it was a big old map when I learned it in school, and I know you can't just focus on, I mean, you gonna miss me. So that's how I took care of myself, you know, fighting my stepfather off. And I told my kids when they were younger, that's why I be protective of my kids. But anyways, y'all, my point being is why I always thought I needed to depend on the church. It's just the place to be. I mean, who don't love a good service with some little praise music? And we talking about the Lord above. Who don't love that? Who wouldn't want to come and do something like that? Then you out there barbecue. Y'all like having volleyball, because I always, when I felt like everywhere I go, that's going to be the life of the party, the volleyball net. And since we can't drink, I'm not sure what we going to have. We just got to have fun with it. Because, I mean, drunk volleyball is the best volleyball. But, you know, you at church now. So that's all I can think of. That kind of friendship, that kind of love. And it'd be everything but every church I've ever went to. All you gotta do is stay there long enough, and you will hear gossip. You just hear stuff on the street. It's just called a church. It's just, and then it's like a cult, because I feel like it's a cult because y'all like be whispering stuff. Like when somebody got an opinion on something, y'all don't even be saying. Y'all just do stuff like I can't see you. Like I can't see the mannerisms. Like you still just be like, well, maybe that's them getting word from God. Like, weird. I mean, it's almost like you're in an interrogation room. Like I said, I thought way back then, no matter what mistakes I make, I'm going to stay in the church. And then I moved from my hometown. Even though I wasn't going to church pretty back then, no more either. I love my preacher there. When we was coming up, y'all, we used to have to stay in the church. We used to have to leave the house by 7, get there at 7:30. We didn't get out till 5, like 4, 5 in the afternoon. And as a kid, I listen and not listen. As a kid, I was a kid. But I just remember some stuff my preacher used to say. And he started going back on it. Like he was just, I know we got to stay in here at 5, but when you used to something, it's like, why is it switching all of a sudden? Now you coming in and you leaving early at 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock, you got other preachers preaching all the time. When you preached about that once, you don't have everybody in the pulpit, this, that. Now it just offering before the darn service for real, because we got the, like, what's going on? And when I moved, I thought, because we heard that he was getting sick, so that's what I was thinking, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I had to move by the time I had found that out. I mean, for years, I did not know that. But I just felt like, I can't even explain it. If I did, it'd take all day. And then nobody got that kind of time. But yeah, I kind of slowly drifted away from the church. I also started doing things that repetitively kept happening, and I felt like I don't want to waste God's time. Eventually, I'm going to stop my sin, and then that's when I show my face again in church. The devil took over. This guy, I ain't going to say the devil came out of the ground, but he just let something use him to do very abusive things. And it caused us to have to move. So I moved here. And then I got approached by these people that had kind of homey churches. But I hadn't been to several other churches. Even started listening to churches online. But this and I just was like, oh, okay, they approached me. So this must be God. And when I first went there, y'all, when I tell you I was scared of the messages this man was saying. But when he would relate it to the Bible, I'm like, oh my God, this ain't enough for real. And then I read the Bible, I'm like, well, it ain't necessarily not saying that. But I don't think he mean it as harshly as you did. So I ended up talking to someone. I can't even remember how it all went down. But I remember a service where he said, if you have a baby out of wedlock, God is not pleased. They go that, that stuff again. And he said something else that made me, just me answer, will my kids ever be saved? And the person told me about them having to be baptized if they've never been baptized. And they had been baptized at a previous church because the previous church person told me same thing. They might go to hell because they ain't baptized. So I let them get baptized. I did. But, oops. But I made my kids get baptized. Like I said, living in the world, I just didn't want to waste God's time. I didn't want that water to go to boiling. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was scared my baby got it. And I think Jadez did make the water boil. I think he going to have that water boiling. But he was like breathing under there. But anyway, I often say long story short, but when I talk, it's never a short story. So now, like I said, he was message again. So I'm not really concerned too much because they already have been saved by grace. At least by the water they was dipped in. But he was saying extra stuff with it. It's almost like, I don't even know. So I don't even know. It was just too much too. Like, wait a minute. Now you saying, like, what is this book about? Like, wait a minute, because somebody didn't tell me that. So I started talking to a member that was, they call it a mission book. Like the women that preach in the church, the women that you ask questions to, like the missionary book, whatever it's called. I was directed to her to speak to her about things. And she would just, it seemed like making excuses for me. She would say stuff like, no, he not talking about you, sis. He talking about the other women in the world who not trying to get their life right with God and haven't, found a church home. So to me, you basically saying if he won't accept us until we come into the church. And then the kids just stay in the church, and that's the only way the kids can be saved. Okay, so, and then my preacher, he said everybody that's in here is a hoe. I mean, and then he keep, girl, one son, I was sitting here, y'all. This was around COVID. Y'all, I so much, y'all. But I just had to say this. I know y'all know that verse. Will God be talking about not spiritual women, but what is that verse? I be saying I know the Bible so bad, y'all. But this is crazy that I cannot remember it's been a long time since I remember my God. But it's no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And it's another weapon verse. It's another weapon verse. And still, I don't know, I be watching Medea today sometimes and be up here trying to quote what they said about the verse. But what was that verse that's so sad looking? I mean, KMO. Either way it go, you'll know the verse I'm talking about when I tell you what it is. This was around COVID, and I had the headphones in because I always try to, like I said, listen in service, even though he wasn't in service. And he said a long while back that he would never go to the internet with his word. He would never close his church down, no matter what they say, because God not going to let him. So I was actually surprised that his book was online. So anyways, I'm listening. And he was talking. And he was just like, oh, ain't no sucker gonna try me. He used to always attack Trump. Like, he'd be like, oh, if Trump and his homeboys do this, come up in here, I'm be ready. And y'all got to know. I just heard, I was in the mirror in my bathroom. Like, and I just happened to, I thought my battery went dead in my headphones. Well, I know I just thought the phone stopped. Like, I'm like, what's wrong with my internet connection? Y'all, I go back to the phone. He is standing there taking his gun out. And he's like, he had to take the safety off. thought that, I mean, I get it. He done preached about that this day and age. Everybody need a gun to protect themselves. Hold up, is you depending on God for protection or your gun for protection? And then when you talk about the gun, you talking about how you had to bust a nigga upside the head. And I ain't playing. That's what he said. And then he be like, I'm sorry for y'all saved folks. A ninja upside the head. I beat him. He was bleeding, wasn't he? And you talking all to the other people. I'm like, what? No. And now that, you remember I ran, I told him, get him. And all the deacons went out there and, bro, so-and-so, and you, and y'all know what I did, and he ain't do it. I'm like, and preacher Watkins from missionary something. I'm like, whoa, he giving, he like going in on the names. I'm talking about a list of names. Y'all be preaching this and got your this and that and your wives out. Whoa. You just like, oh God, I just need to see if God gonna speak to me through this some kind of way. Because I don't know what he on. Making excuses for the preaching. Like, you in the Bible. Read for me. Now, why you can't read it for yourself? And then when you read it for yourself, you keep stopping like it's commas in this motherfucker. Like, you fucking up the commas. Like, it ain't even no commas. You supposed to be reading it like that. You're supposed to be of the world adding commas. You know how we add commas when they're not supposed to be. Y'all doing too much of the world, and y'all not supposed to be of the world. Read your own Bible verse. I remember there was one church that this man, I could not believe it. The preacher read his own Bible verse, and I think we was just over there temporarily, and it was just us visiting the church, and I just remember that. I was like, oh my God, he is reading that Bible. I never seen that. In the little homie churches, little small churches, I feel like I feel that's comfortability. Like, I feel like that's a lot. I ain't trying to snap and get loud. My kids sleep, and I'm acting like my freedom is just not around the corner about to be tripped up over, because they finna get up in a little bit. And they definitely hear me, they gonna be like, so how long you been up? And you ain't cooking that? So I'm gonna have to go in a minute, but that's just a lot. Like, it's almost like I said, I depend now solely on getting a message from you, getting deliverance only from you, like feeling like my life is not obligated to go to work, take care of my kids, pay the bills maybe if I can, as long as I got my tithing, and make sure everything is obligated to you. When back at home, I'm not necessarily feeling like that in my mind. If God is with me 24/7, maybe he's the one in my mind. You ever think about it like that? Like, it's half. Okay, you doing what you want to do, but I'm not necessarily. What is that not necessarily? Are you saying that's the devil following me? I don't do devilish things. Oh, because I had sex for her. Okay, got it. Whatever. So that just means the rest of my life I just do devilish things. Like I used to, y'all. Let me just give another example. Not no another example. I'm just gonna talk, because I be feeling like I need to be timing myself, and I'm not doing it no more. I'm gonna just say what I got to say. It's been several church members, y'all, that I have seen do stuff, y'all. I walk a lot, and it be sometimes, bruh, I have spotted them smoking, bro. That's not funny, but when you see it's like, then you gotta just hurt, like you gotta act like you didn't. You know how funny that is to see somebody doing something, and then you got to keep walking like you ain't seen nothing, and you a grown fine woman, like that's what you supposed to do. Act like that. I don't be going over there like, girl, you ain't. But no, oh, having marital affairs. Like, and preacher be giving them a whole shout out in the church. Like, some of them be playing the darn instruments in the church. I be like, now, how in the world, if you just been on a consecration fast for 340 days and nights for the church preacher, how in the world not one day this man told you you got gay deacons and stuff, and you got men in here actually having sex with other women in here, and they like outside the church having or doing this and doing that. You out here attacking people that's on the outside of the world, and you got all the sin in here. This crazy. Then when you got something to say about that, yep, I don't even know. Their answer is never. Well, his answer. Let me tell you, I do a mega church. At least the devil, I don't know. I would rather, and I'm saying that, but I ain't saying no every mega church. I'm just saying the ones I done ran into, I kind of can relate a little bit to them. At least they ain't reading not the same KJV. That's your problem now. Girl, that is a slave book. You do realize that, right? They did not have Bibles in Africa. Okay? If that was the case, they would have been talking that way when they got captured and brought over here. No. Them people was telling them, holding them hostage and reading that Bible to them or something. And they just they say they made up the music in the cotton field, but then when you get older, you start hearing backtracks back in the 1932s of the same song. It just sped up like, and then we just slowed it down. So that was taught to us. But I get that my family went in about George Myers. They like, now that's crazy. Now what would make you look at that? And what's his name? The one that like, he gets very, I can't, and his wife, so Joel Osteen. Now that's a clean, like, let me tell y'all something. That man be having his clothes on point. Now when Jesus come back, we gonna be looking like, not like Joel Osteen and his wife. I mean, that is ridiculous to be that spiffy every time we see you. I don't think I ever seen him without a suit jacket on. And I don't think I ever. That's all I get every time I think about that man. And let me tell you, that's how my preacher that I grew up with. We stayed in the country town. But my preacher, bro, and he had a hat. Now, Joe don't have a hat. Now, Mr. Osteen didn't have a hat or the little chain on the top. But, bro, and then my preacher, he had that, y'all know that American jewelry and pawn long man. They got that little gray part right there. That's how my preacher, he got his hair burnt off one time getting a perm. He didn't want to lose everything, so he kept it. But I'm telling you, that's the flyest bald head you'll ever see. And my preacher did not play about being dressed nicely. He didn't even play that you come in all, like, because we get, come as you are. But come as you are and sit in the back. And I understand that sounds cruel as I say it. But that's how it was. Like, don't be coming up here sitting in the front of the church like that if you couldn't give a little more effort. That's what I felt like he was talking about. My preacher was not there for me. My preacher, y'all, I went through a lot. I'm telling y'all, I know my preacher my whole life. And I felt like when I moved, when I went to different churches, I judged them, y'all, on what I was taught. And that's not right. But I didn't leave the churches for that. I didn't leave the church because it wasn't like my old church. I just left the church because I'll be moving or my kids with school and me at work and having to cook and not really being able to get there like that and stuff like that. And back then, church wasn't really out. You know, the churches you may go to wasn't online necessarily. It was other churches. And I always felt that was a sin to listen to other churches when I'm dedicated and serving this church. I need to first get my mind healed. Before I just be doing that. I mean, it's like a barber. You don't just go hop around the city. And that was one thing. My stepdad, who is no longer my stepdad no more, my second stepdad, I won my mama about. When I first moved here, I felt like this is so crazy. The city of angels and demons. Like, it's crazy. He used to try to preach. The first time we met him, tried to preach to us. I kid you not, you guys, my sister. He tried to tell me about the Bible or whatever. I was pregnant. Everything. I mean, I was, whatever. But he tried to tell me about the Bible. So I'm like, we had a fucking, I don't even know. It wasn't even a Golden Corral. It wasn't even no elite restaurant you just brought this to. Thank you very much. Even though you've been screwing the brains out of my Christian mother. And you up here trying to tell me what? And so I was listening, but my mama, she liked to be one of those weirdies. She act like we don't know what we are of. Like we just, let me put it like this. He up here just talking and recklessly talking. You know, when they point the finger and then and like right now you pregnant and then God is, so I mean, I'm letting you speak, but she know better than that. She know better than to let you do that. Is how I would feel. But I would just be sitting there. So she went up there and got her a salad. Try by. Because I know my mama's salad, and that was not no damn collard greens or salad when she came back, actually. It's almost like she got up there and wanted to just stay up there and got paralyzed and put 2 toppings on some lettuce. Like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like, she did not come back with no damn collard greens and salad. But anyways, this man, I heard him. I read some of the stuff he said. I read him verse for verse every time he came at me competitive with a verse. And this is me just moving here. And it was an epic fail because when you first came to the car with that suit on, I said to my sister when he was walking to that car, I said, that man is not a real Christian. How in the world y'all just came from church and your suit too big and the color? Y'all, if I tell y'all I am not no fashion guru thingy, but I know when stuff is just not what it's supposed to be. And that suit belonged on a dead person at one point. That suit was not given. I go to church and was at church 2 days ago and last Sunday. That suit, it was given very much embalmed. It was giving so bad vibes, y'all. I can't even believe. And then when he took the jacket off at the table, the shirt, it wasn't even buttoned up to the top. I knew then, before you even opened your sloppy mouth, bro, I scanned the whole thing. Them pants, bro. I know you lying. Now, I'm telling y'all, my mama did not buy us through. My clothes came from a Salvation Army, bro. From my grandma. I just used to make that junk look swaggy, kind of. Like army fatigue. I mean, my grandma. I be like, mother, this, yes, that, no, mother, I'm not doing that. And then that's how I got my clothes and shoes, bro. So that's what I mean by I wasn't just up on those swag, but you come on now. And if y'all see it, y'all might be like, and my mama is definitely up on swag. My mama, girl. And it just felt like a cry for help. A cry for help. Like, but you in love with this man. You was raised differently from these. How you not even gonna make him get that bitch altered? Like, I would have never. Y'all think I'm lying. It be that kind of stuff for me. I don't know if it's just who I am. Sign, flag, that was a flag. How you gonna know a flag then, but you didn't know a flag? When I do that, it be feeling like somebody's questioning my judgment. So I'm going and say it. How you seen that flag with your mama and you didn't see the flags that was given to you? Girl, I did. Girl, I walked into that open-eyed, not blindly. I walked into it open-eyed. I can't even say blindly. Girl, I seen the signs and the flags. I just thought a good-hearted person could change a person. And I get it. Maybe your mama thought the same thing. No, you didn't. You old. I was young. You done lived it. You done did 2 lifetimes. Like, because the way you down in me, the way the family down, I just thought, and the way the family been throwing that Bible dart at me, that your decisions would have got better and whatnot. But I ain't blame my mama. I ain't judge my mama or nothing like that. But I stuck beside her and she can't lie and nobody else can't, bro. I had my wall up, guard up the whole time with this man. And I always, with my mama, I'm always very much protective of my mama. But she just act like I'm up because it's dumb over here. And then when I actually lose myself and I need someone, you're never there. Never genuinely there. Only time you there is when it's gossip that it's almost tea, and I ain't lying. But hell, I blame it on the darn signs and stuff. I mean, cause my mama Aries, baby, and baby, they care nothing about else but themselves. And what's beneficial to their heartstrings. That means they heartstrings. They a lot, girl, I don't have time. My son Aries, when I found, I didn't even want to have him in the month of April because of my mom. But I was like, it'd be so cool to have my baby in April, and it's my mom's birthday. But what if he act like my mom? I didn't even know about signs then. I just knew I didn't want. Whoa, that's weird. And I was taught to never believe in signs, once again from the Bible, once again from the church. And cards and stuff like that, never to believe in that. Y'all know the most less judgmental place is card readers. Like, they don't even give a damn if you believe them or not. They be like, this is for commercial purposes, what? Entertainment purposes only. But in the church, it'd be like, if you do it or you die and go to hell, your days will be short. It's just so crazy how, I'm rambling now, because I was finna make a point with my mama and me, but I really don't want to talk about my family and stuff. I don't give a fuck about talking about it, but I don't got time to go all deep in that and then be forgetting about the church stuff. Nobody trying to pay them no damn attention. But definitely not. But I am still on the topic of why I kind of left the church. I ain't that slow. But anyways, I got up and I was drinking and I was thinking about that. And why the reason I left the church. Y'all, I used to have to sit there with my kids by the window. I made sure to sit by a window seat. I was just that scared every day going to church. Why didn't I leave the church? Girl, I tried. You know how hard it is. And then you turn around, somebody calling you. And then it's like God got something on your life. And then they sit up there and threaten you like if you leave, your whole life gonna fall apart. Then soon as the light bill coming, it's $10 over. I'm like, oh God, he is attacking me. I got to get back in the church. You know what I mean? $400. I'm like, oh no, this the devil working. Then you get in church, and even more stuff start happening, but you like, just, okay, I'm still going to church. Like, he fights you harder. And then he actually said that once you come to God, and God is in you and living in you, the devil come 10 times harder. Now, make that make sense. So you think I want to come in here and purposely set myself up for the okay? You sitting here telling me that when I start hearing him, everything just gonna shatter around me like Job. Spelled Job. Like, you just gonna tell me everything just go like that. Like I said, it just, with the mega churches, it's more teaching. It's more stability. Like, it's more, they ain't jumping all over the Bible. And even if they do, they actually got topics. If they got to continuously read along, I think that is very okay, I like that. But they on topic. And they not the pointing out in the crowds and just performing these miracle works, keeping us in here 20 hours. Like, it just, the demon on the wall. Shout, get him, kill him. Oh, God. All that, like, I used to beg God to let me just shout in church. Now, since I'm older now, it just look like, that might be the devil you know. But she been going to church this long, and she's still shouting. She's still falling out. And then don't it look more like demons in here when everybody like, oh, thank you, Lord. I mean, it just is giving, sit down, get the message, and go to home. I get you can't help how the spirit move, but the spirit don't want you to be calm. I'm actually glad, because I don't even like to fight no more, y'all, because I don't like the way I look doing that. So I know darn well I ain't finna be like, be up here shouting. Now, I made myself shout one time, and I said, I'm not shouting in no church. Y'all, I seen this cross out of nowhere. I was walking, and I was praying and crying. Y'all, I seen this cross, y'all. I just went up to the cross. It was in this church on Old Net, y'all. And I just went up to that cross, and I just was praying, bro. And I said, if anything, man, God, I'll show you. I'm not embarrassed of you. I love you. I need you. Bro, I'm just like, show God that you're not embarrassed. And I know that ain't, what? That's what I'm thinking. Like, I know you're lying. Shouting, and all these cars riding by here. How would I even shout? Y'all, I was crying so much, and then I was finna walk away, and then my mind just was like, so you are embarrassed. And I started shouting. I felt so stupid, but I'm just being real. I was just like, crying. And I was in my mind like, what if somebody see me? And I'm supposed to be at work. So like I said, I really try to be in the church, y'all. It just, when you hear stuff, bro, I remember, bro, he was saying, like, some of this stuff, if you ain't got no nice car, no nice house, you are not of God. He does not even see you. You like beneath him, pretty much. If you've been going to church for a year and you ain't got that, And then he starts telling everybody in the church, like, and it's not just him, y'all. I had to really find out that it's them little camp-like churches, like churches that ain't even got no buildings for me. You know, like, they rental building be like little and shit. So I'm like, y'all got one bathroom, y'all in here talking about everything. Like, wouldn't God bless you with just, and you got a trash can in front of a trash can for the whole community in front of your church. Like, I mean, my preacher ain't really talk about people like that, but he kind of did. And it took us 32 years just to get a good foundation on this second church. Like, and then the other little church home, like I said, them suits, it be giving, and then you find out they're married, like, and then they wife you wearing wigs. Baby, that is not of God. Makeup is not of God. Earrings is not of God. Them piercings and them tattoos, we get it. Save the drama for your mama, sis. You got that tattoo back when you was young, whatever, and you could have got it covered up. Or you could be wearing clothes to cover it up. Respect for God. And that word that you preach. Y'all be around here. No, I got this when I was real young. God forgave me for no. Then cover it up. Personally, I wouldn't mind my husband walking around one of them, you know, covered all the way up. Heck, I'll be in one too. Bump that. I love for the community just to be, girl, I have me a chain on. Who? And be at home like feeling very much comfortable. Not y'all. You got to have the biggest hat in the world. Like you think that's fly for your grandma to have a big huge hat when it's supposed to, when you're supposed to actually be coming for the gospel. My preacher back then, he'll mention something about that. Y'all, my preacher, the hats was big, but they started getting smaller now. Now, up here, in a lot of other places, I ain't gonna lie, in them like little small churches, them hats be ginormous. You come here for a fashion hat show or... And then the suits just keep getting tighter. I remember I used to look at my grandma like, that's not giving nothing. It's beautiful, but it's like the skirt is the same. And I know you got butt, but the skirt just goes straight. And it's giving a little curvage here, but not the freak really. It's all boxed out and muffled up the top. It's giving church lady. You know, but now we giving body, very much body and fake butt. And then we got just like a personal communication with the preacher. Like they be giving so many personal shout outs when you going through hell in your life. Like, y'all don't gotta explain this. It's years of it. It ain't no darn day and night. When I say I tried so hard to pray and read that damn Bible, understand, girl, I thought I was a junk, bro, when I got me a notepad. But I went to the store specifically for a church tablet and a good couple writing pens and some markers, highlighters. Bro, I carried that bag. I was like, when my kids, when they get in the car, I'm like, no, don't play with me, honey. They'll think they just finna move the bag and throw it back there in the bag. Please don't get knocked out. Don't touch the briefcase. I have it on my shoulder. But like I said, I did not want, well, I said this way back before I kept talking, but it's a point. I didn't want to just up and leave the church because I was told that this church was for me. The more I sat in there, the more I felt like I was getting uncomfortable, because they say the devil gets uncomfortable and then he tries to take you away. and it's for your good. You know, like that. So I thought, well, drug addicts get uncomfortable when they weaning themselves off of drugs or when they go to rehab. So this gotta be me being uncomfortable. Like the devil trying to come up out of me. It got to be something like that. Even if you getting off meat, you get uncomfortable when you think about that meat. And you, even when you done did years in jail, you get out, you be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? See what I mean? So I'm like, feeling like that. And I didn't want to leave because I felt like I was leaving because I was scared of the change that needed to happen. And I needed to hear this stuff because that's what he would even there and say. And then a lot of other preachers would say the same thing. My family was saying the same thing. Because he did a number on my chest one day, y'all, but that's another story. But yeah, I just was like, I just gotta stick this out. I got to get this together. Trying to live saved was the most stressful thing I have ever did in my life. I feel like I live saved now a little bit, but I'm talking about just because I still cuss. It's so many sins, y'all. So I'm just imagine our sins. But I ain't saying I did our sins. I'm saying just imagine how many sins. Like, I don't know if y'all, when I was going through, I was just like, everything I do is a sin. I want to eat that last taco, I want to eat it. Nope, that's a sin, that's gluttony. You ain't even hungry. You ain't too. How you gonna tell me I'm hungry? And then y'all are like thinking negatively about somebody is a sin. You talking shit to me, and I'm just standing here letting you talk shit to me, and I might just want to think something, nigga. That's a sin. Disrespecting your parents is a sin. How you gonna come over here and try to raise my kids? You ain't never did enough for me and my kids. Then when you tried to, your husband told you not to, and you definitely stopped seeing your grandkids. And then that's a sin. Not paying your tithe, everything is, I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff. Grand jury, all that stuff is a sin. No, what was I talking about? Because I was trying to make a point about all them sins. How easy it is just to sin. I forgot what I was talking about. But I think that's what it was. But I think I'm kind of going back to being in the church. I just said everything was a sin. So me trying to come back to God, get myself together, and just realizing everything is a sin. And I just got to stay home. I just could not sin no more. I did not want to be a part of nothing. Like, I just didn't want to have to think negatively or do anything negative. So I always was just home, bro. Home. Then guess what? I found out there was a sin. Working home, reading the Bible, doing for my kids, and going to church, and then coming back home is a sin. And she was just like, yeah, God wants you to go out and spread his word and be a part of his teachings and, you know, the churches and the function. And I'm like, half of y'all be having lipstick on y'all teeth. Half of y'all be like, y'all husband ain't even phone, and that's weird, because both of y'all supposed to be Christian. And we at a cookout, and you got these kids out here, but your husband ain't here. And I know y'all probably looking into it like, why you think like that? Same reason when you come to a church and you got kids and you ain't got no husband and they looking at you. Them same motherfuckers that sitting there with they husbands. Oh, so you never been married. Girl, get out. Who are you? If you're a minister, y'all, I sleep think y'all supposed to be mind readers. Like, how in the world can you be sitting here preaching all the time, talking about God giving you all these messages? At this time of the day, at night, they be like, oh, night he was talking to me. Then as soon as you ask them a question, they be talking about they going to pray about it. And they going to talk to God about it. How, what? I used to just be saying, like, so all night, he would just be sitting here talking to me. Are you saying these prayers in a closet or on a pillow or wherever you saying it? But right now, he can't feel my heart thumping. He don't know what I've been going through. And I done came to you personally because you tricked me in the end. Because now I feel like my mind is manipulated. Like, what are you talking about when you pray about it? All you gotta do is ask him right quick. Why you gotta pray about it? You doing the same thing I'm doing. If y'all, I'm telling you, y'all, he like, oh, that's my home. Anytime I call God, it be time I'm in the restaurant, I don't even have the money, and somebody just walk up to me and give me the money. I'm like, well, I would think he would just sprinkle it down there on you. How you move around the city. Then, like I said, with COVID, y'all, it was like unheard of. Now, when we was in church, look at that fat road. When we was in church, now, I know that they said they were doing stuff, but we was kind of a part of it. And now he up here talking about he donated all these money to the other states and countries, all these people, y'all. And how he was going to be here for his church, all this money he donated, y'all. I don't even know what in the world he was talking about, y'all. It just, why must it be the broke ones? It's like, y'all doing of the world, bro. It's like dudes that's broke and go rob people and then flash their money. That's the same life y'all living. Y'all just robbing blindly. Y'all leading people to the water and ain't making them think. Like you just making them drink this filthy water, this filthy hell that you're disposing into the world, because it's the same thing. The same thing. How is it not? Example. Am I lying? When you in church, bro, in these little churches, bro, they'll take offering. And then they'll say something like this. God said it's at least 3 people in here. They'll actually count the money. Y'all remember that? And some of them still do. They just take it back there, or they be done. They know what it look like. And then they got, now you gotta write how much you give on the envelope. It's almost like they counting it up right there. While he giving his talking, his ceremony, his prophecy, they counting it. And now he know how much he needs. For what? I personally feel like the money is to pay bills for the church. So I don't be tripping. But I'm just saying, why y'all got to beg for it? It should, God loves a cheerful giver. So if ain't nobody cheerfully came up there and gave you that, and you got to ask for it, why we taking an hour and 45 minutes out the service? And then, y'all, it used to be when they take a long time out the service to make the person give. Now he goes to a certain person. They go to certain people now. When the people ain't standing up freely, you go to the person and then you tell them these. Y'all, I used to have to try to bring extra money, y'all, about 1,000 damn Baptist and books. Because I be like, nah, oh Lord, I want to give. As soon as he tell me I want to give it, because I need all what he got. Baby, I'm not playing. It's hard raising children, bro. So, yeah, my ex was so damn mad. He was like, girl, that's not dumb. He said, I'm like, boy, whatever. I snuck up there and took some money one day because he said it's somebody, he said it's like 10 people that God said give $500. So I forgot. I didn't take no money that day. Nothing but my card. And so I just swiped my card and did my offering and my tithe and my seed that way. And after church, y'all, I said, I ain't gonna leave during church. I want to hear the message. Y'all, I went home and I got that damn money. And my ex, he seen me walking. He was like, what? Did you just? And I said, yeah, I gave it to him because he said it was people in here need to get $500. And it's 10 of us. And y'all, I did. I thought I was the last one that needed to do it. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk too much more because it's a whole hour. But yeah, that's kind of why I don't really go to church. Y'all, it's all that combined into. I tried to stay on subject, but of course, a lot of times I was rambling getting off the subject because I just be talking about it. But it's not even. It's girl. You just have to really just think about your life. Everybody, close your eyes and just think about all the places you have been in the world, all the things you have done in the world, all the preachers you have met, all the restaurants you just. All the different cities, just anytime, all the times in your life. Just think about it. And then you go to a church home, you try to erase some things and start over. And then the enemy attacks you even worse. And then you start seeing, this wasn't no different from what I was doing before. Except I just know y'all names fully now. Like, and what I mean by that is, hey, y'all be talking about people like my uncle them, or my auntie them. Y'all like the gossip. Because I'm telling you, once you get cool with them good old church people, it's like, you back in the world. They be arguing. Some people don't even want to come to church because they beefing with somebody. He up here talking about people marriages and some man in here married watching porn, and you be just like with your kids there, it's like what? Nah. And then I don't cover my kids' ears because what? It ain't even no time to cover their ears. Half the devilish time you be talking about stuff like and he listen how he say it. He be like this, y'all. Is somebody in here? I'm not sure who it is. Yes. I see you in your, it's by the kitchen. It's like a, right there, like a cubby. I see you sitting there on the computer. And you watching porn. But it's not just, and then everybody, oh, like that. And then but it's just not any porn. You are watching porn when a woman is letting a man, like that, do fruit inside of. But it's funny now, but it was not funny. Then you be like, who in the hell is he talking about? And then you just look at the married couples in the church because he said a married couple. And I'm not playing, that's just how it be. And I be sitting there like, what? Or is somebody in here who is gay and you don't think nobody know, but so-and-so know because you was trying to do this to, like, it be girls. And I used to think, this is hell. What? This is bad. This is bad. That's embarrassing, but I said he don't say the name. So then I had to say, God forgive me. Because he didn't use no name. And then I thought, girl, you so full of the devil for thinking that's bad. These people are saying amen. Everybody be, second, pastor, like that. And clapping and stuff. So I'm like, girl, you got to get that devil out of you. You got to hear this. All y'all up here with this getting done in your booty. Y'all going straight to hell. You like, I don't know how y'all, I never fight no punk, no faggot. I was like, nah, I know you they gay, but they said that word is really rude to say about them. But I'm sitting there like, I never invited my best friend. And I like to invite my best friend to church, but I never invited him. I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I was just out. I listen to Dr. Joe, them. I listen to other preachers, y'all. I'm just saying that was the first home I joined. I actually went up there and joined. And that's what ran me away from church homes. That's really what ran me away. Now I listen to it online. My spirit ain't too right. I feel like YouTube, I already read you during mine. And they be suggesting stuff you be just out of. So I don't know. Maybe God is. I got on the YouTube train. You know, everybody else is. Or maybe you like throwing darts at YouTube for me. Because I'm telling you, that church going there now, it's just like you in a journey building with a whole bunch of criticism to me. A whole bunch of criticism to be honest. And then they don't even be clean. I wanted to join the usher board. I just be wanting to do stuff, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I wanted to join the usher board. I wanted to decorate now. I wanted to be a big movement in my church. And all he could tell me is that the man that was cheating on me was my husband. The man that was driving my insane was my husband. God said we got to be together. And it made the man be able to control me even more. And me to cause myself to let him control me. Then everybody there, y'all. I done paid rent for church members. I don't know if that's bad for me to say. When I tell you these motherfuckers be brothers and use the God even church people. And the reason, tell my girl, girl. Girl, there's so many stories behind a couple of them different members. It's just actually ridiculous. It just make me feel like, damn, you getting played by your niggas, you getting played by your kids, you getting played by church people and your family. What I ain't. I mean, you could supposed to get played by friends. That's optional. But dang, everybody, I mean, and your kids, that's inevitable. You know, that's gonna happen. But grown ass people that you supposed to, you know, love and they supposed to love you and care for you, that's sad. And especially people that's talking about they reading the Bible 17 hours out of the day. That's laziness. Why the freak is you not working? You saying somebody, oh man, that don't work, don't eat, yeah. You might need to get you some headphones, brother, and let the Bible read to you while you on somebody's clock. What are you talking about? At least got a farm. Y'all be up here talking about doing of God and what God. Why y'all ain't walking in the streets, huh? Why y'all ain't walking in Dr. D.L. Martin Luther, what is his name? What is D.L.? You believe? He's on a deal, I know. But, why was I talking about him? I meant to say Dr. Martin Luther King. Y'all know how Dr. Martin Luther King used to walk in the streets and do the, what he did, Free Flag March? Oh, God. What he did, he had a message, and that's what I wanted. When I was younger, I was like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a preacher, and I'm going to make my church walk, because y'all, I just knew I was going to walk in everything in my little city with my church, and we going to have to preach the word. And then I know, well, I found out that was what crazy people do. Preach the word in the streets, they call you crazy. So I was like, no, I don't need to be doing that now. I'm trying to go to jail. And then I always was like, I wanted to keep my kids in them sandals that look like God sandals. They're so dumb. Like, even my boys, like, I just wanted them to feel like Moses them did, especially if we going to church. And because I was always thinking, like, one day our preacher gonna ask us to go out there in the streets and get. I was ready. Even when I moved here, y'all, he told us we gonna go in the streets and we gonna do this, and I was so excited because it's stuff they can teach me. I like to talk to homeless people. When I go downtown, I be talking to them when I got time, but I mean, not even just home people, anybody, you know, that want to be heard sometimes, nothing wrong with that. So I'm like, and you can learn from them, they can learn from you. It's so exciting. We never did. And then it just made me think even more, like, why is the AC on here? Like, why is everybody really caring about clothes and stuff? Like, at our church, the women didn't wear pants at all. My mama just started wearing pants not too long ago. I ain't never seen, when we first seen my mama in pants, it was the first, when she got with that man from Atlanta. I was always fearful that when we got older, we was going to have to wear skirts. But we wore pants as kids, but our, during the entire women family wore skirts. That mean they had jean skirts, update skirts now. The suede skirts. I'm telling you, out skirts for days, skirts for years, skirts for the times. And I ain't give a flip how nice they look. Ain't nobody want to wear no skirt all day in her life. But my mama got with him when she started wearing pants. So that for me showed a sign of change. Like, and my mama is a full-blown Christian. Like, what y'all think somebody finna be blind for the rest of their life? Yes, I have been letting you lead me. I have been letting what I was taught lead me. I'm a little tired of that. I'm a little tired. That has sent me in, like I said, that following that Bible and trying to be. I wish I could think of that scary movie, y'all, when that man was sitting there playing that radio and reading the Bible and just had, like, that was me. My TV was on the Bible. My phone was on the Bible. My radio station talked about the Bible. The Bible was right there bobbling. The notepad was right there. And I had the New Living Testament and the KJV right there in front of me, sitting on a rocking chair. I slept on it. It was my recliner, y'all. I slept there. I was tired of seeing. I was tired. I was like, man, God, I got to be released. I drove myself insane. The same people that were telling me I need to read the Bible all these years, child, I was calling their butt, want to talk about the Bible. Ain't nobody want to talk about me. My mama like, hey, you need to leave that Bible alone. I'm like, what? I could never believe that. When she even stopped going to church. A lot of members from everywhere, a lot of places stopped going to church. And I'm just like, all I got is questions. All I want to do is talk to you about some stuff. Feel like a whole Jehovah's Witness. Now it ain't that much Bible thumping no more. Everybody trying to get you off the phone so they can go look at reels and stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Or make some reels. Or make videos of them damn self. I got time to be talking about that Bible no more. Now you call my grandma. Woo. Girl, you can clear your schedule out for the rest of the week. For the rest of the week, yo. Rest of the month. Pretty much. But don't have an opinion. My grandma be like, well, I ain't gonna. And then if she don't agree with it back, or if she don't want to understand it, she just, I ain't finna sit on here on his phone. I sat on his phone while you said that stuff to me, and it was pretty mean. And I just thought that was mean and stuff, so I kind of listened to you. I'm about to go now. It's a darn dog alarm on. The birds gone. Let me see what time it is. Oh, it's only 9:47. I've been up since about 6 this morning. And I wasn't gonna cook nothing because my kids on the weekend when they stay up, you have to just wake up and do it when you hear movement. Cause I hate to go in there and cook, and then 3 hours later you wake up. Now the microwave got to go on, the stove back on, cause somebody want to extra toast something. Cause and you know the oven, like it's too much going on. Because when you cook, that's already electricity, and now you in here. It's like one come in there and do it, then the other one come, then the other one, now somebody else wants some more, and then you got, no. So I'd rather just cook it so everything can be hot, and you put it on the plate, and you eat it. Then you come and get your second one, and then when you want some more, then you do it to warm it up. But not warm it up too much, no. Too many times. So that's why it be aggravating me, because I really be wanting to cook sometimes when I first get up. But I'll go ahead and clean up and stuff like that. I'm cleaning up today because I was walking today. I gained so much weight. I don't have to wait. I be miserable gaining you, but I be like, girl, oh my God, this food's so good. But my daughter's supposed to do her hair today, so we're not gonna go walking today. But I'm gonna clean up today. I'm gonna just have some on my me time. This look kind of face water or something. I think it's because I put a lot of Sprite in it because I did not want to get drunk. So it tastes like nice, giving like the liquor sink to the bottom. Because it just wasn't tasting like this long. Now it tastes, ooh, that gave me a real buzz that quick. Like it just made, I think this floated to the damn bottom. I mixed it with Canada Dry. I be mixing with Sprite and Canada Dry sometimes, but that's just what I'm talking about. It is ironic because it's Sunday, and I was feeling that way this morning. I don't know if y'all know Miss Bling, but I was just watching her video, and I said, and she was trying to explain why she didn't go to church. I said, I wonder, because people always ask, do I have a good church home? And then they turn around and tell me they talk to God. Why would God not say she doesn't have a good church home? And you approach me and say, God said you don't have a church home. Why you think I'm it's going to make you look crazy? Because it is. Because why he just going to say, this woman is about to approach you. And then you approach me and then you just get, I pray for signs and wonders. I pray for knowledge and wisdom. I pray for messages, love, and, Now, why would he just cut my communication off with him to talk to you about talking to me? 1 minute, God can't come in nobody's life if they got sin, and the next, God still hears a sinner's prayer. And then God answered me in my sin. I was out there dead and almost gone and stuff. So why he can't talk to me? Because I don't go to church and I say cuss words because my kids like that? Yeah. They like it. That's the only thing they can ever disrespect. They already don't get no whipping. They be around here making me look crazy. They be like, who? My mama ain't gonna whoop me. My mama ain't whoop me. Oh, we ain't got no whooping in here. They don't even hurt. Who? And I be like, yes, you do get a whooping. And then, because people look at it, they used to say, how you don't even whip your kid? You didn't let them do it. No, girl, I don't. But who want to freaking sit there and keep whooping on their baby's children? Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's all that. Who the freak? I got beat all my... Girl, it's so many people. Girl, shut the hell up. I don't even understand that. Beat the child still spoiled. That's what it need to be saying. I tore they behind up when they was a little younger and stuff, but now I don't got time for that. They this side. You in there trying to whoop them and then, took that belt and strangle your behind with it. Like, nobody finna be in there fooling with them. And what I mean by they like when I cuss, bruh, I used to be the mom that never let a cuss word slip out my mouth from my kids. And if I did, I would apologize to my kids in a rush. Don't rush. Yes, she rushed. And I would, God forgive me, God forgive me. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, they so out of control. Y'all, when I used to slip up and say the cuss word, my kids would cry their eyes out like I have tortured them. Bro. Then I come in here in my room, all you hear is, girl, I beat your mother. I'll you up. Okay, bleep, 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 from both ends. Then the other ones come, bleep, 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 shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't gonna do nothing to my sister. Like, oh, God. Then I got to come around the corner like, everyone chill. Calm down. Stop. Hold up. No, Mom. You better be glad Mama back here. Like, girl, I be holding them and that whole, like, girl, no, I'm telling you. And then as soon as I said cuss word is, that's what I'm saying. I want to move. I want to kill myself. You don't want to ask you, show, kill my shit. What about myself? All I said is get your ass in here and get cleaned up. Now, that brought all that. Like a dummy, I be apologizing. People like, girl, I think that you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't apologize. Y'all hear my stomach? I swear. It's given I'm hungry, but I don't like to eat unless I don't like to drink and eat unless I can eat something greasy. And I'm not finna put no sausage in there because that's gonna automatically wake them up. And when they wake up from some fat smelling the food, then they eat and go straight back to sleep. So, no, we ain't doing that. But what I was gonna say, yeah, about them crying when I cook. But now, it slips out. I do music. And when I do music, I feel like that's when it starts coming out more. But it just kind of come out often a little bit now. Because especially since they getting real rough-sided. Like I'm talking about, girl, it's 20 times worse. And then you come around the corner, they still be cussing. And I be like, now usually when I come around the corner, if they not fighting, they not cussing. I have to catch it. And then they be like, no, Mom, I'm sorry. No, Mom, I ain't say that. Now it's not even that. They be like, you better get your ass son fired. I be like, who you talking to? Huh? And I can't even say too much out of school, y'all. I used to let them go to dances. I go pick them up from the dance, girl. They end up playing Cardi B and they end up playing Nicki and darn, look back at it. Dipping floppy drop garbage liquor got out on my edit. Like they in there, I be on that crib tonight. What's that? Like they on there in some music, bro. I just be like, they ain't even got their kids about version. So I knew back then, that's how they is learning this stuff. Cause I see on their phone, they done seen a video. And I know darn well I ain't playing them with like Monica and junk in the truck. Some darn, what's her name? Throne Room CC Winans or something. Having to suffer through stuff like that. Just cause I can't listen to my regular music, I ain't got time for these kids. They kids and I ain't got time for them to listen to. But lo and behold, I'm sending them to school and this is what y'all got them to listen to. Girl, my daughter, she showed me the people that was coming to her school, y'all. It's this girl with a bra on, girl. She is like this on the flyer with the butt showing in the back. With a thong on. Girl, the man is got all this money in his grill. Like, I said, why the hell is they coming to a middle school? Why? My son have his homework off the internet on TikTok. It's 80-90% of his grade got to be done from TikTok. Like, what in the... They riding about on the bus. Gang, gang. Not my kid. I'ma tell you. Now, I ain't see my daughter doing it, but I know they buddies. I ain't know that was they buddies, but I done seen buddies. And I seen my daughter, I heard my daughter mouth one day. She was cussing out somebody. And I was at the store and I just heard the bus and I heard her voice. But with the same damn bus, they was screaming out, gang, bitch, like all out the windows. I got that house, I said, Justino, let me hear your mustache mouth on that bus again. Now, you might do that foolishness, and I'm trying to nip it in the bud home, but you get your silly behind on that bus and do that junk again. That is just ridiculous. Like, who Lord? Now, why am I talking about that bus right now? I don't know. We were talking about church. Yeah, I don't want to get my yard done. I hear that man, he just out there mowing that grass. Y'all, oh Lord, y'all don't know how good it feels when you get your grass mowed. That's how I know I'm getting old because, baby, and I had a lawnmower, y'all. It's still out there, but my boys don't never want their lawnmower. And then, I kind of didn't want to do it no more either because I have to get this thing replaced on it. That means I have to travel to the place to get the lawnmower fixed. And I don't have a car to transfer that lawnmower there. I don't have no back hoods and no truck to transfer it. So, well, the back part to roll it up there and transfer it. So, I had to just get it done. Y'all, this grass came out of nowhere. And then just the other day when my daughter went to the grocery store, me and Jay, it wasn't even no freaking leaves on that tree. I said, at the start, I said, Jazz, see all these freaking leaves on the tree? I don't even know these leaves, all these leaves on my car. I don't even know where all these leaves come from. It's not even like the leaves are on the trees at home. So when we got home, as soon as we put in the driveway, y'all, I said, Jazz, I know there ain't no freaking leaves on this tree. She was like, Mama, the whole tree got leaves. I said, ain't no fucking way. Y'all know I ain't tripping. In my videos, y'all can see where the tree is naked and afraid. Journey broke the limb off of it. And now, it's totally sold out to Christ. Like, God brought them leaves like that. Y'all, I'm not lying. That tree really pissed me off because I rolled up in here feeling dumb as heat. Like, I don't know. What is this? Spring, summer, winter, fall? I don't know. I mean, now I know it's not winter or fall. Dang, I need to go to bed. But, yeah, them trees was out there. Y'all, I don't want to talk about church no more. I feel like I get off subject because I'm talking to myself into a camera. So, if somebody was talking back to me or asking me some questions or something, then, yeah, I'll probably stay on track a little bit more. And the only person I'm coming at is that little weirdy who he talking about, he made about a video talking about, it sound like you was talking about one thing and then another. Duh. That's what you do when you talk to yourself. It ain't like I'm sitting here reading from a scroll or I'm sitting here. So did you leave the church at the new place you're leaving at? Or it's not like I'm reading that to help me go back to where I was thinking about. But I'm finna go because he sound like he want to get disrespectful and get all up out my house or something. Because that wasn't that loud, but it's been real loud now. So yeah, y'all have a blessed one. However this video sounds, so you just don't have to sound to you that way. But I know what I'm talking about. Whenever I'm confronted about some bull crap. I get it. I made a lot of bad choices in my life. I guess I'm doomed to hell, which is what the Bible says. No one is without sin. And if you without sin, then you are in hell. We all filthy, dirty rags. Have a blessed one.